Nnamdi Kanu's lies is exposed by Presidencies' first report. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, had in the past few weeks made weighty statements regarding the late Chief of Staff, Malam Abakiari. It is no news that the late Chief of Staff died fewer than 19 persons in Nigeria as at April 19, 2020. Nnamdi Kanu had claimed that Abakiari was flown to Cuba for treatment of the COVID-19. He had also claimed that Kyari passed on 2 weeks ago from the official date Kyari died. But these assertions were later found to be lies on April 18. The dead remains of the late Chief of Staff were buried in Abuja. The Lagos State government, in a statement released on Saturday, said that Abakiari was treated in a private hospital in Lagos State. Following inquiries on the passing away of the Chief of Staff to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Malam Abakiari, on Friday, 17th April 2020, the Lagos State government stated Malam Abakiari died from complications of COVID-19 infection at First Cardiology Consultants in Lagos. This hospital is a Lagos State designated high-care, biosecurity compliant COVID-19 facility accredited by the Health Facility Management and Accreditation Agency, HEFAMA, of the Lagos State Ministry of Health. As a basis of accreditation, First Cardiology Consultant established a separate specialist wing with staff dedicated to the treatment of complicated cases of COVID-19 under the supervision of the Lagos State COVID-19 Emergency Response Team, the statement added. From the Lagos State statement, one could see that Nnamdi Kanu lied to his followers that Abakiari was being treated in Cuba. It could also be seen that he died on April 17th, not 2 weeks prior to April 17th. The IPOP leader had also said that the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, is seriously down after being infected with COVID-19. In a Facebook post, Kanu had said, Yoruba Nation, your son Yemi Osibajo is very sick and dying from COVID-19 infection he got from Abakiari. But that statement has also been proven to be lies, as the vice president was recently in a meeting with President Muhammad Buhari to discuss the country's economy with respect to COVID-19. Many of our citizens are daily wage workers, and the president has expressed concerns about this. We are now thinking of ways to provide succor for the period they are unable to work, the vice president had told newsmen after emerging from a meeting with the president. Kanu also stated that no one has been able to access the presidential office because it could only be unlocked, perhaps with Abakiari's fingerprints. The main office of the presidential is locked and inaccessible because only the biometrics detail of Abakiari can open it. Now, all they brought back was Abakiari's ashes. The Chinese they brought are working to dismantle the bomb-proof doors, Kanu claimed. But that has been proven to be lies as President Muhammadu Buhari met with the Presidential Task Force on Control of COVID-19 in his office apartments. Thank you for listening to this news. Wow, this is complicated. Notwithstanding, it has happened, and the chief of staff has been buried. what should be done is moving forward, because President Buhari is now left with no option than to carry on. The chief of staff is should now be replaced. His departure should not slow the functioning of the uh, Nigerian government. The family of the deceased are still mourning, or why Aso Rock is still mourning, the government office can still carry on with its assignments, because now as it is, we are 100 miles behind schedule. The post of the chief of staff um, should be immediately uh, be be fixed be fixed up immediately. There should be no delay. There should be no reason for replacing someone else. So that office should be replaced with immediate effect, and the person that that will take his place should be someone that is very very of those that it should be someone with great responsibility and with great understanding. It should be someone that is intelligent, and also someone that is ready to work. It should not be a weakling. So, and I want to make one suggestion. If the President Buhari will concur without any form of biasness, I will suggest that the person that should go that should take the place of the chief of staff should be properly assessed. Should be properly assessed. If possible, the person should not be a northerner. Yes, it should not be a northerner, because if the person is honest a northerner, believe you me, what happened in 1960 will still happen again. There should be the person should be either from the western side, or the eastern side. Yes, that is where the person should come from, so that the office of the chief of staff will not have any sense of biasness at all, and there will be no room for any form of biasness or deceit. That is why I use the word with great understanding. The person should be a very understanding person, someone that can be able to understand things easily, and also be must be someone with lots of patience, because um, President Buhari is not a patient type. So no, so uh, why I say the person should be a person with lot of patience is that, so that no matter what the president might say or do to the person, because of the perseverance and the the patient nature of the person will be able to tolerate President Buhari and can be able to carry out as instructed by the president. The person must be very very creative in mind, and also have a lot to offer upstairs. So that is why I use that statement. So why the family of the deceased are still mourning, I suggesting that the office of the chief of staff should be immediately replaced. with immediate effect, and what is expected of him should be carried out with immediate effect as well, because we are so much behind schedule. So my viewers, with this little that I've offered, I would like you to please release your own comments. Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well